The legend of Madison Bumgarner continues to grow. After hitting the national stage in 3 different Octobers, he's now the ace of the staff and one of the most feared pitchers in the game. The lefty from North Carolina has become the hero of San Francisco. And today, he takes the mound in the final game of the series, and it's next. It's Sunday afternoon baseball here at AT&T Park as we come to you in Game 4 of this 4-game series, Braves and Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, look, it was about a month ago that we couldn't wait to get out of April, and now with the end of May coming up, it's like we don't want to leave May. But if you're going to leave with Bumgarner on the mound.
Well, you're right. I mean, in the way he's been throwing this entire month of May, you would think that you have an excellent chance to win. 5-1 in his last 6 starts with a 2.03 ERA. Well, if you look at the Giants, what they've done in May, I mean, they're leading the league in hitting, and they're outstanding with runners in scoring position, and their defense has just been stellar. I mean, all facets of their game are really going well. But today they're going to do something that they haven't had to do a lot of in the month of May, and that's win after a loss. So they throw the big fella out there and hope that he can do a big league stop job.
Buster Posey back behind the dish as you would expect. All right, should be fun as we close out this great month. All right, lineups, first pitch coming up. Here we have a nice 64-degree day, humidity at 65%, winds at 12 miles per hour, and it is partly cloudy. Quick look at the lineup that Bumgarner will be facing. It'll be Peterson, Maben, and then Markakis. The cleanup hitter will be Johnny Gomes, followed by Uribe, Chris Johnson, and Simmons. Hitting in the A spot will be Christian Bethancourt, and Julio Teheran will hit 9th.
Madison Bumgarner on the hill, making start number 11, 6-2 with a 3.00 ERA. With Bumgarner, you get low 90s fastball with a natural cut, hard slider, curveball, and a changeup.
And the first pitch is a called strike, so we get underway right on time.
Bumgarner lifetime against these Braves, 4-3 with a 3.00 ERA.
Peterson has had a good series. He's 5 for 12 in the series. As Crawford now is going to have to hurry, and they get Peterson by a half a step.
Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Bumgarner today for the Giants, starting in their outfield. From left to right, it'll be Aoki, Pagan, and Pence. Crawford and Duffy on the left side of the infield. Panik and Belt on the right side. And Buster Posey will be in the squad, putting down the signs. Giants has a defense ranked 6th in the National League. They've made 27 errors on the year. Miami leads the National League. They've made 19 as a team.
So here's Maben, who offers at the first pitch and fouls it back. Maben 4 for 13 in the series, hitting at 266. He's got 5 home runs, 22 driven in. And the next pitch is high. Dale Scott is the home plate umpire, followed by Dan Sonia, C.B. Buckner, and Lance Barrett.
I think Dale Scott's another one of those umpires that likes the higher strike better than the lower strike. You'll see a lot of belt high strikes. And there'll be balls down around the knees that you don't get with Dale Scott. And his corners can have a little personality to them. They can breathe. Sometimes they're big, sometimes they're small. It depends. Hitter's umpire.
And a strike to make it 2-2. Maven's got a lifetime home run against Bumgarner. He's 5 for 23. Three and two. Now to Cameron Maben. Lots of speed. Two for 5 in the game last night. And he hits this one out into right center field. Hunter Pence adjusting and puts it away. 2 outs. Here's Nick Markakis. Markakis hitting right at 300. Does not have a home run this year. He's got 13 driven in. He's never faced Bumgarner before. And he pops this one out of play.
Let's take a look at the motion brought to you by Exmo. And it's brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Big upper body turn, low 3/4 release. More of an upright follow through. Doesn't really have a lot of bend in the middle. But a very deceptive delivery.
Oh, and 2.
And what else is unique about Bumgarner is that because he has that big upper body turn, a lot of arm to try and control, which you would think would make it difficult for him to repeat the stroke. Not so. Very consistent.
Hit out into left center field. It'll be Pagan, and it'll be Aoki as Pagan gives way, and that'll end the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning. It'll be Nori Aoki to lead things off.
These Atlanta Braves. Brandon Belt, opposite field home run off Shelby Miller in the 7th inning, broke a scoreless tie. And the Giants would go on to score 6 runs in the next inning and make it a 7-0 victory. But this is the one that broke it open.
Well, given that it was so cold and windy and the opposite field, that was a big boy home run.
Yeah, that was a great pitching duel between Shelby Miller and Chris Heston. Heston coming out on top.
So here's Belt, home half of the 2nd inning. Belt's got some ownage on Tehran. He's 5 for 9 with a double and a home run. Coming into the game, combined, Posey and Belt, 12 for 20. Not bad.
Hot.
Combine those numbers against Tehran. There's a pitch outside. 2 balls and a strike. Crawford on deck, and then Pagan. Rolled foul. 2-2. He took something off.
Yeah, good change up there.
Say this about Bethancourt. He's not afraid to set up about 3 minutes before the pitch. Unless he thought maybe that Tehran was going to throw a little bit quicker than he did. But he set up really early.
Set up too early. I mean, even if there's nobody at second base, and coaches at first and third can relay location.
Down the right field line. Foul. Easy. It's a foul ball.
It's a baseball. He doesn't care.
Uh-oh. Guy with the paddle. Be careful.
Well, it sounded good. It's just a matter of whether or not it's going to stay inside that big old pole. Not fouled by a whole bunch. Never gets old.
Belt hits a high fly ball to right. Markakis back. It is out of here. He comes back and hits one anyway. Ownage is ownage. So in one at bat, he hit one foul and he hits one fair.
How many times you see that?
No, you don't.
Well, he moves it about 2 clicks over, and that is a big league hanging slider. Almost a submit mixer. Not a whole lot of break. And Brandon Belt says, that's where I want it. See ya. C.B. Buckner with the home run sign.
So here's Crawford. Number 7 for Belt. Low to Crawford with Pagan on deck. And a called strike by Dale Scott. 2 balls and 1 strike. Crawford in the series. Sorry, Mike, 5 for 12. Three and one.
And once again, Tehran creating a good hitter's count. He's nibbling right now. He's not as aggressive to the strike zone as we've seen him in the past.
Crawford hits a high drive to right. This baby's way back. It is out of here. And it's 2-0 Giants. Back to back here in the second. Number 7 for Crawford. The Brandons go deep.
Boy, if you watch the right fielder, Nick Markakis, I mean, he hardly even moved. Just another challenge. He had to get in the strike zone. And this is what happens when you pitch behind the count. You create an opportunity for a guy to look speed and location, and when they guess right, they're going to hurt you. And you're right. He got Brandoned twice.
So here's Pagan. And Pagan takes low. Little buzz through the crowd. Back to back. Places a bandbox. Make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
You know, there was a day that we thought that.
One day.
The very first day.
Not 2 days. 1 day.
Up. Kevin Elster hit 3 home runs for the Dodgers. There were 6 home runs hit in the game. We're thinking, oh man, here we go.
Rolls this one over to second. Pagan retired. Pirates are in town starting tomorrow, and the Monday and Tuesday games. There's a dynamic deal associated with those 2 games. Tickets start as low as $8. Visit sfgiants.com/dynamic deal. Here's Duffy. Duffy hitting .285. And he takes a low with Bumgarner to follow. Duffy drives one to right. Down into the corner, and it's foul off the bricks.
It is a bandbox today.
Yeah, bandbox. We're at Coors Field, folks, today. And this beautiful Sunday afternoon.
Well, look on Tehran's face thinking, you know, the same thing. Foul by about 4 feet, high off the wall. But again, he falls behind the count 1-0, and guys are going to sit on 1 speed. And he's been delivering it to him. And they're squaring him up.
In tight. That's a pitch right there just to show a hitter that, yeah, I will come inside occasionally. Three and one.
Once again, behind in the count.
Ball 4. So here's Bumgarner. Normally this would be a spot where a pitcher may bunt, but it's unlikely Bruce Bochy will do that.
Well, plus he's watched 2 balls go out of the ballpark this inning. You know what he's thinking.
Well, he's thinking I can hit it further than those 2 guys.
That's exactly what he's thinking.
And he might be right. Duffy's got 1 steal on the year.
Got in the stretch and forgot what the sign was.
It happens. Oh, he had a rip. He might have had a hanger. It's 0-1.
Didn't quite have the timing. But nevertheless, look at the mistake at the belt. I mean, this is elevated on contact territory. And as he proved against Kershaw, I mean, he doesn't have to get all of it to get out of the ballpark. He said that home run he hit off Kershaw is only home run this year. He didn't get all of it.
Pagan go or make that Duffy goes and it's foul back. It's nothing in 2. See the score in St. Louis in the 8th inning. Down low, Duffy's going to go. Here's the throw, and he made it. Only because Peterson didn't hang on. That'll be a wild pitch.
With the strength of Bethancourt's arm, he doesn't have to have a big window to gun you down. He sees that the runner's going. And threw a little sinker to Jace Peterson, who could not come up with it. But it definitely beat Duffy by a bunch.
One and 2 to Bumgarner. Did I see Bethancourt yelling at himself like I should have thrown the ball a lot better?
Well, either that or I think he may have been saying something to his second baseman who didn't catch the ball. One of those things.
Outside, 2 and 2.
That did not miss by much. The other thing, too, about Bethancourt, if you're Matt Duffy at second base, you can't get it too far off because Bethancourt will try and pick you off second. Not a lot of guys in the league that do that, and he's one of them.
Three and 2.
No swing, says Dan Asogna.
Three and 2 to Bumgarner. And a pickoff, and Duffy gets back.
That's about as good as you can work it if you're the Braves. And once again, here we are in the second inning, and Duffy's dirty.
He's the dirtiest player in the league.
That's right. Dirty Matt Duffy. That may stick.
Bumgarner hits one a mile high in the air. And it eventually came down, and it was Simmons who wrestled it.
Scruffy Matt Duffy.
Or if you're a Justified fan, it could be Win Duffy.
That's true. Good show.
Which I thought was a very cool name. Oki breaks his bat. And that'll end the inning. Bye-bye, baby, twice. Brandon Belt his 7th. Brandon Crawford his 7th. It is definitely bye-bye, baby. 2-0 Giants.
Juan Marichal won the first game 5-3 in 2 hours and 29 minutes. And then game 2, the Giants also won 8-6 in 7 hours and 23 minutes. 23 innings that second game went. Gaylord Perry, who was just a baby at that time, pitched 10 innings of shutout ball in relief and got the win. And Willie Mays ended up playing shortstop for the last 3 innings. And they had to send out to the Little League to get some bats for Willie, who was so tired that he was using one of those 28-ounce bats. His last 2 or 3 at bats in that game. 9 hours and 52 minutes for the combined times of that doubleheader. And the longest doubleheader in Major League history. 9 hours and 52 minutes, almost 10 hours. No rain delays.
That's a normal weekend at Coors Field. Come on, what are you talking about?
Giants played a doubleheader. The times of the 2 games were about, what, 6 hours and 10 minutes last Saturday, a week ago Saturday?
Yeah.
But from the time of the first game to the end of the second game was about, what, 14 hours. Johnny Gomes, well, he had the count in his favor, but he couldn't get that one. 2-1. I remember listening to a lot of that second game on the radio. It was during the New York World's Fair at Shea Stadium. It was right across the street from the World's Fair. In there, strike 2. And it was Del Crandall who knocked in what proved to be the winning run. The veteran catcher in the 23rd inning. 2-2 the count. Off the foot. Ouch. 2-2.
You got a guy like Johnny Gomes. He gets in that batter's box and he looks at the pitcher. Before every pitch, he'll tip his cap to you, just to be pleasant and friendly.
Oh, there he is. That's what he's doing again?
Oh, no, he'll get you again. There you go. How you doing? Nice to meet you. How's the wife and kids?
He tipped it several times there.
Ooh. Just a bit outside.
So now 3-2 to Gomes.
All right, it's all set. He's got that thing looking just good, feeling just right. Hey, Bump, how you doing?
Base hit. And he is the first base runner of the game for Atlanta against Bumgarner. For most of his career, he's hit lefties extremely well.
Well, and he's hit Madison Bumgarner extremely well. He had a 6 for 8 lifetime with a couple of big flies going against him coming into this game. Struck out his first at bat here. Just finds the 5.5 hole right between third and short. And even a nice effort like that, not enough to get him.
Juan Uribe struck out his first time, and the count is 0-1. Uribe, in his years with the Dodgers, faced Bumgarner all the time and has faced him more often than any other current member of the Braves. He's now 11 hits for 37 at bats versus Bumgarner with a home run. That's hit softly. Panic will just get the out at first as Gomes moves up. One away. Here is Chris Johnson. Pirates in tomorrow. Pirates have been very hot after a slow start to their season. And their top 3 pitchers are lined up to face the Giants. Garrett Cole, A.J. Burnett, and Francisco Liriano. Night games tomorrow and Tuesday. The day game on Wednesday at 12:45 before the Giants head to the White House. And Posey lost that one, and Gomes moves over to third.
Probably going to be ruled a pass ball. Just off the tip, and it carries right into the foot of Posey. So not only do you get a pass ball, but you get a sore foot. And that's a big 90 feet because it changes how you're going to pitch to a hitter now if you're Madison Bumgarner. You can try to strike him out now.
Infield in halfway, and that is a base hit into left center. So Gomes will trot home with the first Atlanta run. 2-1 Giants. Johnson, who's also had some success against Bumgarner, now hitting .350 lifetime against him. So the 2 guys that in this current Atlanta lineup who have really had some success against Bumgarner are the 2 guys who've gotten the hits against him here. Andrelton Simmons to the plate now. He grounded out to third his first time. And ball 1. Giants got 2 runs in the second on the home runs by Belt and Crawford. Now the Braves with their first hits and a run here in the 5th. The sun shining brightly, as you can see. Wind blowing with gusto. And back to the bag is Johnson.
Seen a lot of carry to right field today. Much more than we normally see. And this ballpark does play very different during the day to what it plays at night. Much more hitter friendly during the day. And when the wind doesn't blow, it really can get small at times.
A ball and a strike now to Andrelton Simmons. He grounded out to third his first time.
The wind really protects right field. Very difficult to hit balls out to right field normally because of the prevailing winds, especially if you're hit from the right side.
Two and one. Bethancourt, the catcher, is on deck. That is going to go out of play. Foul off the right field line. And it's 2-2.
Guy brought his glove, made a nice play. Hands down, not even close. More gloves at this ballpark with the fans than any other park in the country. I think it's one of the coolest things about this ballpark. And it really was out of necessity. First opened the doors because of the proximity the fans were to the field. You had to have them to protect yourself. It's become kind of a tradition here.
Right to Pagan. Now back a couple of steps. Out number 2.
Talk about the fan catch. Brought his glove. Oh, yeah. Reach up. Right in the sweet spot. That's a player.
And he was getting pummeled, too.
Not a problem. Not the first time. Doesn't act like it either.
When you're in the middle of the crowd like that, you can start shouting, "I got it." Not going to do you any good.
No. You'll have 8 guys say, "No, you don't." Nice play.
But he stuck that glove up there. And while people are reaching in and bumping him and trying to push him and whatnot, that glove stayed right there. As Bethancourt hits a soaring foul. Back into the crowd. Man, that ball was way up there. Strike 1 the count. Bethancourt grounded out to short his first time. Another glove.
Oh, yeah. Smells good. There you go, young man. It smells good enough for you. I like that he had to give it the smell test before he gave it away.
0-1 the count. Curveball and a foul. 0-2. Bumgarner trying for his 7th win of the year. How about Bartolo Colon, the ancient one? What is he, 43, 42?
At
44?
least. You could say 53, and I wouldn't argue with you.
He not only won today, his 8th game, he hit an RBI double. That's a foul up the third base side. Bumgarner with a new ball, and he'll go back to work here. 0-2 the count to Bethancourt. This will be the 20th pitch thrown in the inning for Bumgarner. Curveball, just got a piece of that one.
That's right, exactly where he wanted to throw that 0-2 breaking ball, right on home plate. And indeed, he does catch a piece. Not a whole lot, but enough to stay in there.
Johnson, the runner at first, with 2 down. A run in, 2-1 Giants. 1-2. So Bumgarner really having kind of a stressful inning for the first time today. He had thrown only 42 pitches in the first 4 innings. A little over 10 per inning. This will be number 22 here in the 5th. He's ready to try it again now to Bethancourt. Posey's going to have to retrieve that one. And he throws him out. 2-1 Giants, top of the order. Aoki, Panik, and Pence. Aoki-san when we return. Our Togo's big play, the Togo's way. It was April the 11th, 4 years ago. The Dodgers came in, and their former teammate Juan Uribe received his World Series ring in a pregame ceremony. And it brought a tear to his eyes, as you can see. The Giants it's a tight, tense battle now. Giants 2, Atlanta 1. Julio Teheran, who gave up consecutive homers to the Brandons back in the 2nd, will face the same 2 to start the 6th inning. The Giants have not scored since. That's a base hit to left field. 2nd hit of the game for Belt, who had that home run back in the 2nd. And that's the first hit since those 2 home runs in the 2nd by the Giants.
Well, I think it's significant that they get Teheran into a stretch to start this inning. And it's also a really nice thing to see Brandon Belt go the opposite way with a fastball. And when you see him use the whole field, I mean, he's tough. He's tough to get out.
Crawford followed Belt's 2nd inning home run with an even longer shot to right center. Ball 1.
Well, he really has had his back leg timed to the stuff of Teheran today. And we talk about the consistency of balance that he has had since the very first game of this season.
(2-0). Crawford hitting .302 for the year. His home run was his 7th and his 34th run batted in. He continues to lead the Giants in RBIs. Hole opened up on the right side with Johnson, the first baseman, on the bag with Belt. Everything away to Crawford, and none over the plate yet. 3-0. Pagan is on deck.
Teheran has been in a stretch every inning.
And he got the call on that one. 3-1. The Braves are sending some people down to the bullpen.
Well, the pitch count is not excessive.
This will be his 83rd pitch of the day. On the run, Maben gets there. Right near the warning track in left center. Belt back to first.
I mean, you really have to get one over the head of Maben. He's got nice range.
Donnie Veal started to throw in the Atlanta bullpen, the left-hander.
Veal, one of 2 left-handers that the Braves have in the bullpen.
Eddie Perez, longtime catcher for Atlanta. He was the backup, but he was often the guy who caught whenever Greg Maddux pitched. Now he's the bullpen coach for the Braves. And that's a called strike to Pagan. Pagan has grounded out to second and popped out to second. On 2.
All the guys in the Giants lineup, the one guy who's just not picking up Tehran well has been Pagan. And that has not happened to him often this year. He's a guy who usually figures a guy out quickly.
Check swing and appeal denied by Lance Barrett, the third base umpire. 1-2. We're in the last of the 6th. The Giants leading 2-1. 1 out. Belt led off the inning with a single. He's still at first. Braves middle infield, double play depth as you can see. And the center fielder, Maben well over toward left center. Big gap in right center for Pagan.
It's a pitch him away, play him away defense.
That one came back over the inside. Strike 3 called, and Pagan didn't think so.
And they threw a front door sinker on him. Now, Pagan thought that ball was high, but it really is an example of a strike you get with Dale Scott. You don't get with many umpires. This one comes right front door, right at the belt, or a little bit above. And that's frustrating for a hitter. I mean, this is Dale Scott's strike zone, and you know it. You know he's a high ball guy, one of the few in the game. But it will cost you at bats when you're used to most of the other umpires in the game calling the knee-high strike.
2 down, Matt Duffy. And he chased. That strikeout for Tehran, his first of the game. 1 strikeout and 4 walks. But he's only allowed 3 hits of the Giants. Bumgarner on deck. And it's 0-2 on that foul ball.
Trying to go to right field. Big time inside out approach, trying to take advantage of that hole on the right side with Johnson, the first baseman, holding on Belt.
And he lays off that high fastball. That was 92 miles an hour.
That's been one of the best velocity fastballs he's had today. A little reach back there with 2 strikes, trying to go above the zone.
Uh-oh. Belt is picked off. Dwayne Kuiper will be returning from the radio side. We head to the 7th. The Giants are leading 2-1.
Run, 2 hits, 1 error. The Giants 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Let's take a look at the story today. It has been a duel between Julio Tehran and Madison Bumgarner, both with 6 innings. 3 hits by Tehran, 2 by Bumgarner, 6 strikeouts against 1 from Tehran, and 4 walks. And Bumgarner hanging on to a 1-run lead. As we go to the top of the 7th, 2-1 Giants. Here again is Dwayne Kuiper.
All right, Mikey, and here's Markakis to lead things off against Bumgarner. And a bouncing ball to Belt. Belt will go to the bag himself, and he beats Markakis for 1 out.
1 pitch, 1 out.
So the question is Brandon, where are you going?
Well, it's not like he's going to steal a base. But that may wind up working out in the Giants' favor, believe it or not, because they will not lead off with a pitcher. They'll lead off with Duffy. But
so you're saying that Belt's actually a lot smarter than everybody gives him credit for.
Well, maybe not in that particular instance. Don't want to get picked off with 2 outs. I really can't think of a good time to get picked off. Unless it's spring training and you're down by 10.
Yeah. Strike to Gomes, who opened up the 5th with a base hit. He eventually scored the only run in this game for the Atlanta Braves. It's 2-1 with the Giants on top. Just outside and high. Down low, so it's 3-1.
Trying to stand that back side, outside corner with the breaking ball. Now, in Gomes' first at bat, he couldn't lay off that pitch. He struck out. Since that time, he's adjusted.
So the 1-out walk.
And that's the first walk of the day for Madison Bumgarner.
So here's Uribe, who struck out and bounced out. Milwaukee and Arizona in extra innings at 6-6 in Milwaukee. Uribe takes down low. Bumgarner, his control just not exactly the same out of the stretch. High and deep to left. And it is gone. And Uribe, who has some ownage on Bumgarner, hits a 2-run home run off him here in the 7th, and the Braves take the lead.
Third home run of the year for Uribe, and really second in 2 days for him. Little cutter that just lays up right over the knee, middle end. You saw the reaction from Bumgarner immediately. He knew it. And with that activity in the Giants bullpen, Dave Righetti coming out to talk to Bumgarner right now to kill a little time.
Second in 2 games for Uribe. And the hitter will be Chris Johnson.
George Cantos up very quickly. So if you're Bumgarner, you're upset for 2 things. One, a walk, and then a home run, of course.
Johnson singled in a run in the 5th. Here he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. For Bumgarner, that's the 8th home run that he's surrendered this year. He takes low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Hit on the ground and up the middle for a base hit. So that's the second hit in a row and the third base runner in a row. And now the hitter will be Simmons.
Braves letting Bumgarner know very quickly here in the 7th inning. You got to get the ball down. Taking advantage of some mistakes in the strike zone.
And a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. One walk and 6 strikeouts for Bumgarner. Base hit past Crawford. So Simmons with a base hit. And now I don't believe Bruce Bochy is going to wait any longer. So Bumgarner is going to leave with 94 pitches. So Bumgarner is going to walk off. He'll get his usual round of applause. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change, tune-up, and repair experts. Singles in a row, and now Cantos will face Christian Bethancourt.
Sisters are here. And that means it's time for George Cantos to take the mound. George, for the 25th time, has come into a ball game. He's been especially good at stranding runners that he inherits. 1-0 with a 2.03 ERA.
Bethancourt thought that pitch was low. It's no balls and 1 strike.
Cantos has inherited 9 runners coming out of the bullpen, and nobody has scored off him.
Oh, and 2.
Well, that's a nice 2-pitch sequence. Opened him up with a nice little cut for a called strike 1, then drops the sinker on the inside corner that has movement falling off the plate in towards Bethancourt, and he gets a swing over. So a quick 0-2, and he still has not shown him the kill pitch, that slider he has, which has always been his best strikeout pitch.
And he runs that one inside. 1-2.
By design. I mean, not only has he been very consistent with stuff, his command has been very consistent as well.
Taps this one to Duffy. Duffy's going to go to second, and they'll get the out there.
Man, Joe Panik hangs in there forever, and you just hold your breath when you see some of the contact that he exposes himself to. And Chris Johnson, or Andrelton Simmons rather, I mean, he's coming in there and he's got to put some heat on him. I mean, everything he did there is legal, but look out. Just went right for his foot.
Here's my take on that. Did Simmons actually think Panik was going to be able to turn the double play?
I mean, he spiked his foot on purpose.
Here's Tehran. Hit out into right center field. Hunter Pence is going to put it away, and that'll end the inning. So now the Giants have work to do. They trail by a run.
Well, the Giants with 2 runs to this. Take a look at how they were scored. First, it was Brandon Belt who comes up and unloads his 7th home run of the year. That was the leadoff hitter in the 2nd inning. And right behind him, Brandon Crawford hits his 7th of the year. Back-to-back home runs. That's our Ford Bright choice. But that has been it. Tehran has shut it down, and now for the first time in this game, Tehran goes out there with a 1-run lead. On the Cove, life is good.
So we do have some changes.
Hey, the teachers in the bleachers are here. Gamer babes. I know one thing. Teachers, they come prepared.
Yeah, did they spell bleachers wrong? Probably not.
That would be a first.
Freeman is now at first. That would be Freddie Freeman. And here's Duffy, who was at the plate when Belk got picked off. And Duffy takes the first pitch high, 1-0. Duffy's been on base twice. He walked and then he reached on an error. It's a high fly ball to left. On the move is Gomes. Still on the move. It's off the bottom of the wall. Duffy is going to put on the brakes. And there's a high throw. And Tehran saved 90 feet. I don't know how he did that.
I don't either. And that really is a break for the Braves. A leadoff double that could have been it more had Tehran not backed it up. Here's a high fly ball that splits the defense. And it never looked like Johnny Gomes was comfortable going after this one. He hits Simmons, who's got a great arm, who airmails Uribe, and right there to back it up was Tehran. And watch his path as he goes up high to prevent the ball from going into the stands. And that's going to be Tehran's last pitch, by the way.
So Blanco was announced, and then Freddie Gonzalez came out. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts. But the Giants have the tying run at second base.
New pitcher now for the Braves will be Donnie Veal, the time that he's been in a ball game since he's been called back up. 8 base runners allowed in 4 innings. He's got a low 90s fastball, changeup, kind of a slurvy breaking ball. Options here for Bruce Bochy as to how he wants to play this with Gregor Blanco, who's a good bunter. It is a bunt situation.
Well, you got, including Blanco, 3 left-handed hitters coming up. So in at first is Freeman, in at third is Uribe, and a swing and a bouncing ball, and it's off the glove of Peterson. They're going to wave in Duffy. This game is tied. On the first pitch, Blanco knocks in Matt Duffy. And that'll be a base hit and an RBI.
And Blanco against his former team, jumping on that first challenge with the fastball from Donnie Veal. And just like that, both starting pitchers are no decision. Just a belt high challenge, and what's the easiest spot to defend for a hitter? Between the belt and the letters. And Blanco makes him pay. Easy score for Matt Duffy.
So here's Aoki.
And the White Shark strikes again.
And is he playing well?
Yeah.
My goodness. Aoki's showing bunt, but will he bunt? With him, you never know. He might have some massive tricks up his sleeve.
Well, by showing bunt, I mean, he's really brought Juan Uribe in very close in the third base position, and respectable could be a bunt.
And he takes wide, 1-0. He may just pull that thing back and try to slap him by.
Yeah, you're right. It all depends on how aggressive Uribe is going to be. And we know the ability that Aoki has in going to left field against left-handed pitchers. I mean, that's his strength. He's going to go that way.
And he bunts it. And it's a good bunt. And my goodness, Veal threw it in the dirt, and Peterson dug it out.
Aoki might be the best bunter on the team, maybe even in the Western Division, maybe even in baseball.
Maybe the best I've ever seen.
That's a good
Except
job.
for Brett Butler.
And Rod Carew. Veal really makes it interesting. A nice play by Jace Peterson to get that one hopper. That could have been disastrous for the Braves. But the Giants get a runner in scoring position.
So here's Panik. Panik is 0 for 2. And he takes low, 1 ball and no strikes. Hunter Pence on deck. 1 out. Blanco at second. Way outside. Duffy opened up the inning with a double. High drive to right. Markakis looking up. It is out of here. And just like that, the Giants take the lead. Joe Panik against the lefty. It's his 4th home run of the year. And Veal departs.
Yeah, I think Joe Panik may have got a little ticked off when he got his foot spiked. And here he gets a fastball challenge. They set the target away. It's middle in at the belt. And he's looking hard. He's looking in. And he gets every bit of this one. Home run number 4. And the Giants retake the lead. And just no stride, as compact to the ball as anybody on this Giants team. And lit this place up from our splash cam. It never gets old watching the flight of a home run from our splash cam.
You know, you just don't see a lot of home runs hit in this park where you see the right fielder just turn and go, okay. And we've seen 3 of them today. Belt, Crawford, and now Panik. So now Panik in that real battle between Duffy and Panik in the home run department, Panik has taken the lead. Remember, we asked Panik in Milwaukee, you guys got something going there? And he said, yes, we do.
Yes, we do. It's a little game on. Now, new pitcher now for Atlanta is going to be the right-hander Nick Massett. It's the 13th game that he's come in, 0-1 with a 4.15 ERA. This is the Achilles heel for the Braves, and they don't have a great reputation in that bullpen. The bullpen is 7-9 on the year with a 4.65 collective ERA. Massett is going to give you a low to mid-90s fastball. He's got a curveball and a split. He'll sink and he'll cut the ball.
Here's the pitch to Pence, and he takes outside for a ball. So 3 runs in here for the Giants in the 7th. Uribe in this inning gave the Braves a lead, but not for very long. Hit on the ground to third, and Uribe throws out Pence. And that'll bring up Posey.
Lots of activity in the Giants bullpen. Jeremy Affeldt, the lefty. Hunter Strickland, the right-hander.
Here's Posey. Low, 1 ball and no strikes. Outside 2-0. Posey on the ground to third, where Uribe gloves it. His throw is in time, and that'll end the inning. Damage done. Blanco gets the big pinch hit single to knock in the tying run, but then Joe Panik, bye-bye baby. And that has given the Giants a 5-3 lead. Big 2-run home run in the 7th, and that broke a tie. And it made it 5-3, and that's where we stand right now. So Casilla into the game, and he'll be facing Juan Uribe. And Uribe takes a curveball for a strike. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and auto service, your oil change tune-up and repair experts.
And what a first half Casilla has had. 25th game he's in. 4-0 with a 1.66 ERA with 15 saves.
Uribe breaks his bat and bounces this to Duffy. 1 out. And that'll bring up Freddie Freeman. So Freeman batting for the first time. He came in when the Braves took the lead on the Uribe home run. Overshift is on for Freeman. And it's low, 1 ball and no strikes. Hey, you got to make good with what you got, right?
Absolutely. That's a relic right there he's got in his head.
Freeman, high drive center field. Pagan on the move. He's looking up. It's gone. And Freeman makes it a 1-run game. He did this off of Casilla on Friday night.
Well, that's the beauty of a 2-run lead. You get 1 mulligan. And Casilla uses it up here. 2-seam fastball right over the middle of the plate. Nice swing from Freddie Freeman. Staying inside this beautifully. He's not afraid of center field here. He'll take it on, and twice he's gone yard in this series.
So here's Andrelton Simmons, who's 1 for 3 in the game. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. With Christian Bethancourt on deck. Outside to Simmons. In at third is Duffy, and fairly close to the bag. Outfield straight away and fairly deep. And that pitch is very high and tight. 2 balls and 1 strike. Grilli and Johnson in the Braves bullpen. And that's fouled out of plate, even the count at 2-2.
And he was swinging for the players' parking lot behind the bleachers in left field. That was, I'm trying to tie this game up. And he had a pretty good pitch to do it on.
tap foul on the 2-2 pitch.
And that's where you should leave that 2-2 pitch. It should not be left out over the plate. Let that thing start in the middle of the plate or on the outside part and let it break out of the strike zone. This ballpark, I mean, we've seen 3 home runs to right field today, but for right-handers, it's just not an easy ballpark to hit home runs to right field in. And from Casillas' perspective, in a one-run game, you've got to use that.
So it's a full count to Simmons. Three and two. And the walk. So Bruce Bochy not waiting around as Lopez is going to get up. Dave Righetti's going to come out.
Dave Righetti going to stall. From Javier Lopez's perspective, he can be loose in 10 pitches, 10 throws. For him, he'll go down and establish his fastball, and everything else will fall into place. So Righetti's got to just stand out there and wait for Dale Scott, the plate umpire, to come out and get him. And here comes Scott. It's a little game that gets played around baseball every day.
So here's Bethancourt, who's 0 for 3. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Outfield straight away and deep. They are trying to cover the gaps as best they can with a 1-run lead here in the 9th.
Doubles defense.
And it's just off the plate at 92. 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch. Here it is to Bethancourt, and he shoots it foul down the left field line and out of play. Did a pretty good swing at that 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
He smothered it. And right now, I mean, Santiago Casillas is up. Throwing a lot of two-seam fastballs, and he is up. See Pierzynski, the left-handed hitter, on deck.
Out of play.
So good location with that little cutter. Bethancourt's the guy who's going to help you out. I mean, he wants to swing. Bethancourt has walked 3 times in 76 at bats, so you know it's on his mind.
They're going back in. And away from the target, it's 2-2.
I think that's a good pitch, though, for an aggressive hitter. If he hits that ball, it's going to be on the ground. That's what he's pitching for. With 1 out, he's trying to get the ground ball to end this game. And on a 1-2 count, he had a chance to go out of the strike zone.
Crawford in panic at double play depth. Hit to Crawford. Crawford kicks it. Everybody's safe. So A.J. Pierzynski's going to hit. That ball looked like it may have come up just a little bit on Crawford.
Well, his place is stunned. You're just not used to seeing Crawford boot a ball, especially one that would end the game. So the Braves are going to get another chance.
And Bruce Bochy's coming out. No, he's not. So it'll be Casilla against Przinsky. Przinsky's only faced him 3 times, 0 for 1 with a walk, or a couple of walks. And he takes inside for a ball, 1-0.
Now, Giants fans remember when he wore the Giants uniform, he hit into a lot of double plays.
Tyne runs at second. That's Andrelton Simmons. This is a little pop-up into right field. Pence is racing in, and nobody can get it. And the bases are going to stay loaded. And the hitter is going to be Jace Peterson. So a little pop-up in no man's land. Good effort by Panik.
Yeah, there it was. When you have your right fielder respecting the right center field as Pence was, I mean, you're opening up a lot of area. And a little Texas Leaguer pop-up, not a whole lot that anybody could do. And really, you have to feel a bit fortunate that Simmons did not score.
So here's Peterson. And it's low, 1-0. Simmons, Bethancourt, and Przinsky are your base runners. Peterson, very fast, tough guy to double up. And he shoots this one into right center field, and that's going to fall. And it's going to clear the bases. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Przinsky's going to score. And just like that, the Braves take the lead. So Jace Peterson clears the bases with a triple.
Now a 1-0 challenge. He had to get in there with the bases loaded, and the sinker, a little bit of height on it. And Peterson looking middle in hard stuff, gets what he wants and splits the defense. And once it gets by Pence, an easy score for all the base runners.
So it's 7-5 Atlanta. And here's Cameron Maybin. And Maybin with a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Giants play the infield in. Look out, as that pitch is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Casilla got the first out on a Uribe ground ball, but then Freeman homered, and then things unraveled after that, including the error by Crawford, which probably would have ended the game. 1 ball and 1 strike. Maybin fouls it out of play. It's 1-2. Tap foul on the 1-2 pitch. So it's 1-2. Hit on the ground to Duffy. And Duffy will make the play. 2 outs. And now Bruce Bochy is going to come out. And he will bring in Lopez to face Markakis. And it'll also be a double switch. So Giants cough it up here in the ninth. It's 7-5 Atlanta. 7-5 lead for the Braves.
New pitcher now for the Giants will be Javier Lopez. 24th time that he is coming in. 1.42 ERA. 9 strikeouts in 12 2/3. Just 7 base runners allowed in 12 2/3.
So Markakis steps up. He's 0 for 3. And the first pitch is down low. 1 ball and no strikes. And a strike. Blanco's now in center. Maxwell comes into the game. He's in left. So Maxwell will hit in the leadoff spot, and he will hit second in the bottom of the ninth. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. This is hit on the ground. Panic to Belt. And that'll end the inning. So, Giants need 2 to tie and 3 to go home. It'll be Blanco, Maxwell, and Panic coming up.
And Monty Poole is going to talk about the experience factor in NBA Finals. All that and more tonight, 6 p.m. Sportsnet Central. New pitcher now for the Braves will be Jason Grilli, the veteran right-hander. He is their closer. 14 saves on the year. In 17 games, he's 0-2 with a 4.41 ERA. You're going to see a mid-90s fastball and a hard slider. Lots of sliders.
And it's Blanco, and then Maxwell, and then Panic.
And that is the slider, and you can see it's a good one.
Blanco knocked in a run with a hit in the 7th. That was a pinch hitter. Stayed into the game. And a strike.
th year of professional baseball for Jason Grilli. He's 38 years old. And Blanco finding out about the high strike. That is the Dale Scott special. So he steps out and lets him know. That is a high strike.
Well, it forces you to cover it now.
Grilli can elevate a little bit higher because of that. And there was the attempt. So he hasn't thrown him the slider after the first pitch.
Blanco went after it like he was going to slug bunt it.
There's the slug bunt fake.
Popped it up. Center field. 1 out.
Grilli, a former first-round pick by the Giants. 1997 draft, and he was the 4th overall pick. In his 9th year at the big league level. Missed 1 whole year entirely with a rebuilt elbow.
So here's Maxwell. Maxwell trying to reach to get the tying run to the plate. And he swings and misses 0-1. One ball and one strike.
Back again with another slider out of the strike zone. I figure if a guy's going to swing at it once, maybe he'll swing at it a second time. Giants need to get this fan base back into this game, get some energy. And it all happens with one base runner getting on base.
One ball and one strike. And that pop-up is out of play. And it's now 1-2. Really ready. And the 1-2 to Maxwell. Got him swinging. 2 down.
Payout pitch, another hard slider.
And it get a home run in the 7th, and that gave the Giants the lead.
Johnny Veal has served it up. Could only hang his head. But his teammates have picked him up, and the Braves 1 out away from a win.
Panik will try to get on. He's been on twice in this game. And he'll take wide. 1 ball and no strikes. Pence would hit if Panik reaches. Two and 0. Really looking into Bethancourt, and the 2-0 pitch. Here it is, and it's a strike. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Unbelievable. You just watch through 2 of the same location, call the ball, and he comes right back in there with a 3rd pitch, and you get a strike. And this is what frustrates hitters. I mean, pitchers, they should feel the same frustration as well, but it's just inconsistency.
Foul back. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Panik putting up a fight.
Down the right field line, fair. And Hunter Pence is going to come up, and he represents the tying run.
And he beat a pretty good pitch. He went down and yanked that slider. Really breaks that thing in, down and in, right at the knee. They set an outside target, so a missed location, and Panik makes him pay. 2 strike, 2 outs, and the Giants still have life. And everybody here in this ballpark starting to believe a little more.
Hunter Pence does have a lifetime home run off of Grilli. He's 2 for 5 lifetime. One ball and no strikes. Buster Posey on deck. Foul just below us. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Took a pretty good rip. Hit to right field. Markakis with room, and that's the ball game. So the Giants cough this one up, and they end up splitting the 4-game series, but losing the last 2. And it is very unusual for this team to lose a game because of defense, and that's what happened.
Well, especially when you're talking about Brandon Crawford, who's been absolutely stellar this season with the glove. But nevertheless, you tip your cap to the Braves, who put up a 4 spot in the 9th inning. And the Giants will have to settle for a split and get ready for the Pirates tomorrow.
Final score here at AT&T Park, it's the Braves 7 and the Giants 5. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live with interviews in the wrap. That's going to start right now.